He watched as his last house burned down around him. The smell of smoke had hung low in the air for days, maybe months, years. The alarm had screamed its threat to deaf ears every day until the batteries were removed and the warning silenced. And still he stayed, even when he knew it was time to go, when he choked on air and the heat became something tangible. He didn't move, just knelt on the ground and watched the fire creep up the curtains, tear through the walls and floorboards and everything he thought he loved. She got out before him, in time to avoid the flames. Perhaps she'd been gone long before that. He tells me all this as we lie on our new mattress, the sheets and blankets still packed away somewhere. Our boxes form a fortress that surrounds our bed, and it's just me and him, and no one else can get in. No one else can get to us. He tells me all this, and I run my fingers over the burns that no one else can see, that he tries so hard to hide. I pull him to me, and I inhale the soft smell of smoke that lingers in his hair, lightly brush a smear of ash from his face, and I can feel the heat in his breath radiating from his skin, and I know he still smolders inside, that he will carry that fire around with him and that I'll never be able to put it out, that all I can do is try not to start another. Sometimes there are hints of recovery, evidence of things being rebuilt slowly and carefully. Sometimes the scars loosen up enough that he can smile without the reminder his pain brings. But then I'm distracted and I burn the bacon and thick black smoke fills the room before I can open a window. It stings his eyes and he can't see and he can't breathe, and I'm struggling to open the window but it's stuck. And he falls to his knees and he's screaming until I break the glass with my elbow and I force him to breathe. And then his face is in his hands and he's dark with ash again, and the blood running down my arm only deepens the black. It takes so long to air in our house. Every night before we go to bed, I shut my eyes as tight as I can, and I pray that I'll see our blanket on our bed, that his skin will cool down enough to need some other source of heat, that maybe one day he'll be able to hold me close beneath our comforter without burning and gasping for air. Every day I wake up and I hope to find that our fortress has disappeared, that our walls are enough to make him feel safe. I hope that he will finally unpack our books and our photos and our mug collection without the fear of them all being lost in the next fire. But until then, I wait. I don't use the oven unless he's out, and I never allow guests to smoke inside, and I always keep a fire extinguisher close by. I know where every exit is at all times, every window and door. I keep bottles of water around the house and fire blankets hidden in each room, and boxes of baking soda stashed in the cupboards. It's exhausting, trying to stay vigilant all the time, but there hasn't been a fire yet. And maybe, after all this waiting, just maybe, one day we'll be able to eat dinner by candlelight. Maybe next year or the year after that we'll roast marshmallows over an open flame. Maybe one day it will all have been worth it, and I won't be afraid to light a match.